Good morning, all of you. Myself, Nikita Goyal, a mathematics teacher from St. Joseph's Academy. Today, I am going to explain you one of the topic from 10th class mathematics, that is ratio and proportion. Ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers by division. The ratio of two quantities A and B, which are of same kind and having same units, is a comparison obtained by dividing one quantity by other quantity, which can be expressed as A upon B, where B is not equal to 0. Commensurable and incommensurable quantities. If the ratio between two quantities can be expressed exactly by the ratio of two integers, then the quantities are said to be commensurable quantities, otherwise they are incommensurable quantities. For example, 2.5:5 can be expressed as 1:2. Hence, both the quantities 2.5 and 5 are commensurable quantities. Whereas √2:3 cannot be expressed as a ratio of integers. So, √2 and 3 are incommensurable quantities. Now, increase or decrease in a ratio. If a quantity increases or decreases in the ratio of A:B, then the new resulting quantity can be obtained by B upon A multiplied by the original quantity. Composition of ratio. Here we will study types of ratios. First type of ratio is compound ratio. For two or more ratios, the ratio between the product of their antecedents, means numerator, to the product of their consequents, means denominator, is called compound ratio. For example, if two ratios are given as A:B and C:D, then the compound ratio is multiply numerators of both the ratios divided by denominator of both the ratios. A multiplied by C divided by B multiplied by D. For ratio, if more than two ratios are given, like A:B, C:D and E:F, then their compound ratio can be calculated by product of their numerators A into C into E to product of their denominators B into D into F. Next, duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio is a compound ratio of two equal ratios, which can be expressed as A² is to B². Similarly, triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio is also the compound ratio of three equal ratios. If a ratio is given as A:B, then triplicate ratio can be expressed as A³ is to B³. Next, subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio is the ratio of square root of the terms of original ratio, that is root A upon root B. Next, subtriplicate ratio. Subtriplicate ratio is the ratio of cube roots of original ratio, that is cube root of A upon cube root of B. Next, reciprocal ratio. Reciprocal ratio is the ratio of reciprocal of the terms of original ratio. If original ratio is A is to B, then reciprocal ratio will be expressed as 1 upon A is to 1 upon B. Now, proportion. If four non-zero quantities A, B, C and D are said to be in proportion, if A is to B is equal to C is to D, which can be expressed as A is to B proportion C is to D, which is read as A is to B is same as C is to D. Now, types of proportion. First type is continued proportion. If three non-zero quantities of same kind and having same unit are said to be in continued proportion if the ratio of first quantity to the second quantity is same as the ratio of second quantity to third quantity. For example, if A, B, C are in continued proportion, then A is to B will be equal to B is to C. Similarly, if more than three quantities are said to be in continued proportion like A, B, C, D, E and so on, then A is to B will be equal to B is to C will be equal to C is to D will be equal to D is to E and so on. Now, properties of proportion. First property, invertendo. If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then according to invertendo, B is to A will be equal to D is to C. Next, alternando. If A is to B is given as same as C is to D, then according to alternando, A is to C will be equal to B is to D. Next, componendo. If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then according to componendo, the numerator can be expressed as the sum of numerator and denominator of both the sides, and denominator will remains same. Means A plus B upon B will be equal to C plus D upon D. Next, dividendo. If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then according to dividendo, the numerator of both the sides can be expressed as difference of numerator and denominator, and denominators remains same. Next, componendo and dividendo. If A is to B is same as C is to D, then according to componendo and dividendo, the numerators of both the sides will be expressed as sum of numerator and denominators, and denominators of both the sides will be expressed as difference of numerators and denominators. Now we have few solved examples here. First question, if a minus b is to a plus b is equal to 1:11, find the ratio 5a plus 4b plus 15 is to 5a minus 4b plus 3. So, a minus b upon a plus b is given as 1/11. Then first do cross multiply. 11 multiply with a minus b and 1 multiply with a plus b. On simplifying it, a upon b will be equal to 6 upon 5. Now we can assume a is equal to 6 into k and b is equal to 5 into k, where k is any constant. Now put the values of a and b in the required ratio, that is 5a plus 4b plus 15 upon 5a minus 4b plus 3. On simplifying it, it is 50k plus 15 upon 10k plus 3. Now from numerators 5 can be taken common, then it is 5 into 10k plus 3 upon denominator as it is 10k plus 3. On reducing it, it is equal to 5. Hence, the required ratio is 5:1. Next question, what quantity must be subtracted from each term of the ratio 9:17 to make it equal to 1:3? So we can take, let x be subtracted from each term of the ratio 9:17. So it is 9 minus x upon 17 minus x is equal to 1/3. Now do cross multiply. 3 will be multiplied with 9 minus x and 1 will be multiplied with 17 minus x. On simplifying it, x will be equal to 5. Hence, the required number is 5. Next question. By increasing the cost of entry ticket to a fair in the ratio 10:13, the number of visitors to the fair has decreased in the ratio 6:5. In what ratio has the total collection increased or decreased? So, as it is given, the cost of entry ticket is increased by the ratio 10:13. So we can consider initially cost of entry ticket be 10x and cost of entry ticket at present be 13x. Similarly, number of visitors has been decreased in the ratio 6:5. So we can assume the number of visitors initially be 6y and at present the number of visitors be 5y. Then initially the total collection will be equal to cost of entry ticket multiplied by number of visitors. So initially it will be 10x into 6y is equal to 60xy, and total collection at present will be equal to 13x into 5y is equal to 65xy. So the ratio of total collection is 60xy upon 65xy. On reducing it, it is 12:13. Hence, the total collection has increased in the ratio 12:13. Next question. In a mixture of 126 kg of milk and water are in the ratio 5:2. How much water must be added to the mixture to make it 3:2? So, the ratio of milk and water is given as 5:2. So, the quantity of milk will be equal to total mixture multiplied by the quantity of milk 5 upon total quantity, which is 5 plus 2 7, is equal to 90 kg. Quantity of water will be equal to total quantity 126 minus quantity of milk 90 is equal to 36 kg. Now the new ratio is given as 3:2. So suppose x kg of water must be added, then the ratio of milk and water will be 90 upon 36 plus x, which will be equal to the given new ratio 3:2. Now on cross multiplying it, 2 will be multiplied with 90 and 3 will be multiplied with 36 plus x. On simplifying it, x will be equal to 24 kg. Hence, the required value is 24 kg. Here, next question. If x plus 3 is to 4x plus 1 is the duplicate ratio of 3:5, then find the value of x. According to the question, as x plus 3 is to 4x plus 1 is the duplicate ratio of 3:5, so x plus 3 upon 4x plus 1 will be equal to 3 square upon 5 square, which will be equal to 9 upon 25. Now on cross multiplying it, 25 will be multiplied with x plus 3 and 9 will be multiplied with 4x plus 1. So on simplifying it, value of x is coming 6. Hence, the value of x will be 6. Next question. If x square, 4 and 9 are in continued proportion, then find the value of x. So as x square, 4 and 9 are given in continued proportion, so according to continued proportion, the ratio of x square and 4 will be equal to the ratio of 4 and 9. So on cross multiplying it, 9 will be multiplied with x square and 4 will be multiplied with 4. So value of x square will be equal to 16 upon 9. On simplifying it, x will be equal to 4 upon 3. Next question. If Q is the mean proportion between P and R, then show that PQR into P plus Q plus R whole cube is equal to PQ plus QR plus RP whole cube. So, according to the question, Q is the mean proportion between P and R, which can be expressed as Q square is equal to PR. Now, in LHS, in place of PR, we will substitute Q square. So, it can be written as q square into q bracket p plus q plus r whole cube. Q square into q can be written as q cube into p plus q plus r whole cube. Now q can be multiplied with the bracket and expressed in the form of whole cube together. So it is p into q plus q into q plus qr whole cube, where q square can be written as p into r. Hence, it is verified as RHS. Next question. Find two numbers such that the mean proportion between them is 12 and third proportion is 96. So suppose the two numbers are a and b whose mean proportion is 12. So a into b will be equal to 12 square. We will find the value of b from here. B will be equal to 144 upon a. Now third proportion of a and b is 96. So it can be expressed as a is to b proportion b is to 96, which will be equal to b square is equal to 96a. Now value of b will be substituted here as 144 upon a. So on simplifying it, value of a cube is coming as 216. Taking cube root, a will be equal to 6. Substitute the value of a in first equation and find the value of b, which is coming as 24. Hence, two numbers are 6 and 24. Next question. If 7a plus 8b into 7c minus 8d is equal to 7a minus 8b into 7c plus 8d, then prove that a is to b is equal to c is to d. So in this question we have to use componendo and dividendo. For componendo and dividendo, the given term will be expressed in the form of ratio. So first separate AB terms on one side and CD term on another side and convert it in the form of fraction. Now apply componendo and dividendo. According to componendo and dividendo, it is in numerator, it is the sum of numerator and denominator on both sides, and in denominator it is a difference of numerator and denominator on both the sides. So add numerator and denominator in numerator, and in denominator subtract numerator and denominator on both sides. So on simplifying it, it is 14a upon 16b is equal to 14c upon 16d. 14 and 16 will get reduced on both the sides. Hence, it is a upon b is equal to c upon d. Next question. If x cube plus 3xy square upon 3x square y plus y cube is equal to m cube plus 3mn square upon 3mn square plus n cube, then show that nx is equal to my. So here also we have to use componendo and dividendo. On applying componendo and dividendo, in numerator it is a sum of numerator and denominator on both sides, and in denominator it is a difference of numerator and denominator on both sides, which is expressed as a whole cube of sum of two terms in numerators, and in denominators it is whole cube of difference of two terms. So it is x plus y whole cube upon x minus y whole cube is equal to m plus n whole cube upon m minus n whole cube. Now on taking cube roots, x plus y upon x minus y is equal to m plus n upon m minus n. Now again apply componendo and dividendo. On simplifying it, it is 2x upon 2y is equal to 2m upon 2n. 2 will get reduced on both the side, which is equal to x upon y is equal to m upon n. Now do cross multiply, hence it is nx is equal to my. Next question, if x and y are two unequal quantities and x upon y is the duplicate ratio of x plus z and y plus z, then prove that z is the mean proportion between x and y. So according to the question, it is given x upon y is the duplicate ratio of x plus z and y plus z. So it can be expressed as x upon y is equal to x plus z whole square upon y plus z whole square. Now do cross multiply on both sides and open whole squares. So x will be multiplied with y plus z whole square and y will be multiplied with x plus z whole square. So on multiplying x with the bracket, xy square plus xz square plus 2xyz will be equal to yx square plus yz square plus 2xyz, where 2xyz will get cancelled on both the sides. Now separate xy terms on one side and z square terms on another side. So xy can be taken from LHS, which will be xy into y minus x, and on RHS take z square common, which is z square into y minus x. Now y minus x will get cancelled from both the sides, hence it is xy is equal to z square. So z is the mean proportion between x and y. Now I hope the concept of ratio and proportion